Yar, so you want to be a badass pirate with a ship full of booty? Well, look no further, as these hacks, facts, and strats should get ye well on your way. First things first, getting to your ship. Yeah, I'm not doing that for the whole vid, that'll be annoying. So you want to get to your ship, but it's too far away. Never fear, just charge up your sword on the shore and torpedo your way to the ship. Not only does it feel cool, it looks awesome.
Oh, I just failed.
Just watch out for sharks.
So I
Yeah,
can
we're
properly
kind of in
freak
the lower
out.
deck.
Oh, dude, there's a shark! Dude, there's a shark! Dude, there's a shark! Dude, there's a shark! Oh my gosh! Help! Oh my gosh! Shoot it! Shoot it! Shoot it! It's chasing me, bro!
Now we all know we need to put the sails down and angle them to the wind. But if you raise the sails and turn at the same time, then your turning circle is tighter. Better yet, if you turn the wheel full lock and then drop anchor, you do a handbrake turn, meaning you can turn around to get back into the fight, or you can get sneaky guns on that ship.
That was perfect.
Just make sure your teammates are with you to raise the anchor, as you will be dead in the water. Always make sure to indicate when approaching other vessels. It's just common courtesy. And as you can see, the typical galleon driver doesn't indicate back. Think they own the seas. The anchor takes a good few seconds to drop fully, but if you drop it and catch it just before it finishes spinning, you can wait for your captain's command and drop the anchor immediately for those awesome parking skills. If you're in the crow's nest and you see a ship and want to get back down quickly, just drop off and catch the ladder. Just make sure not to catch the bell instead. Exclusively on the sloop, you can look at the map from the top deck, meaning you don't have to keep running down or relying on your friend who keeps going AFK. Just set the map up so you can see and head back on up to begin sailing. Also on the sloop, there is a neat trick where if you look out of the starboard window at the back at a certain angle, you can grab onto the ladder outside, which is a great strategy for getting the jump on your opponent. Get off our ship. Most importantly, be a good crewmate. When on board, continuously make sure you're checking for damage or water and moving the sails into the wind, or you'll end up in the brig. You also have a ton of speech commands and something unique for every item you're holding, including explosive barrels, chests, and when operating things on board. So make sure to communicate with your crewmates. If you fall off of your ship, then don't worry. When the ship is a certain distance away from you, a mer person will appear and take you back to your ship. So, you've mastered the secret sailing maneuvers and you want to get some treasure. Treasure maps come in two types: X marks the spot and riddles. The riddles give you the name of the island, whereas the spot maps show you what the island looks like, which you have to find on the ship's map. The islands are generally close by to where you started the quest, so you don't have to look too far. Good, so you've made it to the island. Make sure to leave boards and cannonballs behind on the ship. That way if you find more you can bring them back on board and keep your ship well stocked. You may need them later. Don't forget to fill up on bananas and ammo in case you run into some pesky skeletons. But how do we get on land? I hear you say.
In between the two.
Gonna take the cannon, obviously. Oh, like a boss. Hop in, man. Did you not get into the same one I did? Try to park near the spot so you can keep your bearings and get that chest to your ship as quick as possible. The best thing to do is pull out your compass and find north. That way you face the same way as the map. Look for key points, for example this giant rock, two smaller rocks and the bit of grass. Watch out for snakes. They are poisonous. Or pull out your instrument, play them a tune. They love it. Riddle maps. Once you head ashore, the next layer will be revealed. Basically, you're on your own from here, as it could be anywhere on the island, but it's always on the same island. The riddle may ask you to play a song or raise your lantern to unlock the next part.
Oh boy.
Once you've found the last part, you'll want to pull out your compass, find the right direction, and hold down the use button, which pulls the compass closer, and then you can count your steps. Before leaving the island, make sure to have a quick look for any supplies for the ship, but also look for extra goodies around the island. Sometimes they're worth more than your actual quest. Messages in bottles and mysterious journals can also be found, which unlock often very difficult but rewarding quests. Now that you have your treasure, in true pirate fashion, hide it. But don't go for the obvious top deck or behind the map. Think bigger. When raiding a ship, who has time to run up to the crow's nest and check there? Better still, place it on the sails behind the mast. No one will ever find it. If you have good chests, hide them there, but make sure your rubbish chests stay lying around. That way people will be distracted by these and take less money. These missions are fairly straightforward. Get to the island, kill the leaders. But first you need to defeat a few waves of skeletons. Your basic skeleton takes around 3 to 6 hits with the sword for a good charge up, and are quite easy to take down. But there are some other more nasty looking skeletons that can head your way. In the daytime, these night walkers are just like normal, but come nighttime and you will shoot straight through them.
Okay.
Raise your lantern to reveal their skeleton, and then fire away. This Tin Man is just looking for a heart, but unfortunately you're still using yours, so either lead them out to sea or grab a bucket of water and chuck it over them to slow them down and make them vulnerable. Swords aren't too effective, but a shooty or better yet a baboom to the face will take care of them. Playing music for these hippies won't get you anywhere. They just heal very fast in water. Vegan powers activate! Explosive barrels can help.
Watch
But
out,
just be
Poppy.
careful not to get caught.
Nice. Oh, you got
The captains have more life and can sometimes come in the form of one of the previously mentioned skellies. Kill these to drop a skull, grab for good looties. The glowier the better. Or, in a skeleton form, take the key and open the door for epic loot.
Yeah. I'm coming.
So, you've got your booty. Now it's time to head back to the outpost to cash in your treasure. But what's that? A rival vessel? Quick! Man the cannons! Grab your cannonballs and planks and be ready to start firing, repairing, or bailing the water out. When firing at enemy vessels, make sure to aim as low as possible on their ship. Although they do take a bit of water from higher holes, the lower ones will fill the ship up even faster, as the water level is above the damage. Or, aim high and hit anyone on the cannons, potentially killing them and meaning less crew to repair and fire back. Your choice. If you're wondering what being hit by a cannonball looks like,
I jumped into the cannon and dead, dude.
although risky, it is possible to send a man over to the enemy ship. Remember to grab bananas and ammo, and drop off all cannonballs on board so your crew can continue the fight and you can also steal the enemy supplies. Every board you steal is one more hole they can't patch up. Once aboard, fight your way to glory. Protect the cannons or holes you have created. They'll have to stop manning their cannons or repairing if you're causing trouble, so running around distracting them is a great way to buy time and cause maximum damage. Also, if you have any explosive barrels, ramming them or taking them aboard the enemy ship is a great way to cause damage, setting them off on the lower decks for maximum impact.
Have they got any capital before we do it? Oh, he's got a shot.
I don't know
If you don't want to fight and just want to get to safety, a great tactic is to sneak off of your own ship and catch the ladder of their ship. Sneak up onto deck and drop their anchor and protect it for as long as possible as your crew sail away. Or, if they are close behind as you approach the outpost, jump off with some treasure and cash it in. You can always grab a mer person back to your ship afterwards.
Oh,
Right, where I am here.
Flip-Flop
My
noticed that you
days.
can actually steal skulls from outside
Look.
of the sloop ship. Just
When you
go
in
up
the
to the side
water-
of the ship and grab
See
them.
it?
This doesn't work, however, for
Yeah,
chests
in both.
or explosive
Oh
barrels.
my days.
Do all these things and you'll have a great time out at sea, and not a poor lonely pirate drinking alone in a tavern.